everyone, Samurai Kai here. Today I'm going to be watching the 6th episode of the 2nd season of Shadow's House. In last episode, we got the whole, laboratory, workshop, whatever you call that place. We had that whole visit and got some information from that. I think we also got tea or sugar cubes or something as well. But more importantly, we also got the, Shadows meeting. Kate and her classmates, I really don't know what to call them, similar age group shadow friends, whatever you want to call them, really. But we had a meeting with them, which initially was kind of a rocky start, but by the end of it seemed to be going pretty well for the most part. It ended about as well as it could have, considering the start, I guess is the best way to put it. But yeah, we are still working on that, phantom mystery and all that stuff. So let's see what kind of progress we make in that in this episode. So 3, 2, 1, play. I'm sorry I had to move my hand temporarily, cat. It'll go back to being your pillow now. My cat's on my lap if you couldn't tell. That's not where it should be. Okay, there we go. It really was fun just watching the shadows just kind of, play with soot together. And now he's cleaning himself. That is a life, alright. I do like how the Let's Become One line shows up as we, have our handhold in there. Of course, in the show with the whole Shadow's face, Living Doll face thing, that can be taken different ways, but... Bum, 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 bum. I choose to take it the way I choose to take it. Night Sky. Yoru no Sora. Piers, there we go, that's a good word for it. And it's a short word, too. Let's do it. She's so excited about it, as expected. That's a good question, actually. Just don't fall out the window, Emilico. There he goes. No longer have a cat on my lap. Oh, there you are. I don't really blame you. This house is not a pleasant place to be. I mean, it's a fair question if you don't really remember it too well. I mean, because the village might not be that great either. I can see that. That freaking smug look on his face. I'd watch that show. I was thinking the same thing. I mean, that's the question, isn't it? I mean, yeah, dolls can't really complain about how they're treated because they're not people, but they certainly are, so. That is the irony of it. Right. That actually does make sense. Never really thought about that too much. Yeah, that might be a little rude. That would be nice. You know, now that you mention it, that does make sense. I mean, some of the stuff he's been talking about, I kind of figured, but some of the stuff definitely is a bit of a revelation. But the name thing makes perfect sense. Just take the human's name, give them a watered down version of it. I like Emilico too. Boy, does she. But everyone should love Kate. If they don't, the problem's more likely with them. Hey, there's a night sky from the title. It's definitely up there, as expected. That would be nice, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's no guarantee of that, but definitely worth a try. Hey, that was mine. Well, that's not good. Can I have that back, please? That's a voice. That's pretty rude to do that. Even if you say that. That mysterious figure over there took my map, said some cryptic stuff, and then just kind of left. Yeah, that happened. That's a word for it. I guess it's better than being an enemy, but still a little bit confusing. Oh, you're yawn contagious. I know that feeling. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at you, Malika. But I would totally do that too if I slept in something like that. Hey, Barbie and Barbara looking as happy as always. You at least try to look happy when you say the name of the events, considering the name of the event, but either way, yeah, it's not a happy thing for us. So, are we gonna break the bottle again? I mean, we pretty much knew this was gonna happen at some point, but... Uh, uh, this episode started with such a nice scene on the rooftop, and now we're here. I just hate seeing her eyes like that. Yeah, hopefully Kate can deal with this. Oh, there's definitely a need for it. Miliko, you gotta listen to Kate. Like, that got her attention. Now, strap her down, I was about to say. Soot powers definitely come in handy. It's a fountain. That was really cute, but this is seriously Miliko. It was really cute, though. You just dropped a bug. I wouldn't call that a mess. It's like a pet bird. That's something. That's a possibility, I guess. Yeah, face is a big old mess now. Yeah, it is a little bit suspicious. Okay. What exactly did they make Miliko drink? It's starting to concern me. Okay, so it's definitely a different thing, but still not great. Miliko. She... I was gonna say she fall out of the chair, but I guess she physically couldn't, but she could fall with the chair. Hey, she's awake. Seems like it was. Good thing we can avoid that. Right. Of course it is. Can't have things be too simple. Suppose it could kind of be connected to the whole, I'm not your ally, but not your enemy sort of thing. If it's like part of a faction war, above them. I guess so. Well. Maybe you could strike up a conversation with them? Test how level it is? Okay. Yes, I know what that is. I know how it works. Thank you. Everyone in this house is suspicious. Okay, that was a bit of a leap of logic, buddy. Okay, I mean, still kind of jumping to conclusions a little bit. Yeah, let's see how that goes. Uh, well, okay, we're just sucking it up. Damn it. Just give us a donation. Usage and energy. Yeah, I mean, we'll take whatever information we can get. I got that, thank you. I get that. You didn't even look at it yet. Right. Yeah, mind of its own. Okay. So yeah, different density. Rather than get bigger, it just gets more dense. Yeah, I bet. Probably shouldn't try to make one of those. That would be interesting if that is the case. So kind of like the shadows. Okay, a hamster wheel. Okay. I mean, put them to work. These soulless creatures. Okay. Okay. So kind of like dangling a carrot in front of them, you know. Yeah, I mean, it seems cool. Seems useful. He just loves jumping to conclusions. Is this a bad thing? I mean, surely it's not a good thing. Ah, okay. Man, I feel like they threw a lot of information at us in this episode. Like I was trying to really focus and pay attention. Individual investigations. Okay. Well, that was the 6th episode of the 2nd season of Shadow's House. And yeah, where to begin with this episode? Obviously, we started with the whole Emilico Shan thing, on the roof, which was an interesting scene to be sure. Right, especially because in the previous season we learned that they are from a village. They're brainwashed children, kind of losing their memory, try to be tricked into thinking that there's dolls, and that their life goal should be serving the shadows, and that's the key to happiness and all that. That's kind of what they were, trained or manipulated into believing. But yeah, this was a scene where they actually gave them a chance to really think about their previous life and what it must have been like, and if they would be happier there than here. Obviously, the Shadows house has more than its fair share of problems, but like as an example, Emilico has Kate, right? So that is obviously a source of happiness there. So at the village doesn't have Kate, right? So in general, villages, they're not usually the best places, like they're not. Life can be a struggle, right? So uh, on some level, you can imagine living in a fancy mansion being better than that, but it's all up in the air really because we don't really see life in the village and see their previous we don't really see their previous lives and all that. So it's hard to make any kind of real comparison. All we know is that this place is obviously very very sketchy and not really the safest place, right? So, but yeah, we had a scene where they were able to kind of talk about that, and they did mention a lot of things. I mean, the whole shadows rather than the living doll trying to be like the shadows, it's more like the shadows are trying to be like them, right? Become more human using the living doll as a catalyst for that, right? And I'm pretty sure we either already knew that or I just like figured it out from the context of the show. I don't know, but that much I had grasped. But the whole name thing I thought was really interesting because like the shadows are really trying to become human and use the living doll as a catalyst for that, and taking their name and giving them a generic version of it, like an off-brand version of it, that makes perfect sense with that. I just never really thought about it. Of course, I'm still gonna call them like Sean and Emilico and stuff like that because it'd be way too confusing to do otherwise, right? But yeah, that was definitely a very interesting thing that they brought up there. That was like my biggest takeaway from that scene. That was really interesting. Although I did enjoy seeing like the mental image of Emilico like bird watching and baking and stuff like that. That was cute. But also Lou with the freaking scissors, right? Of course we know Sean brought it up. We know why she made a thought about that. But that was great. But yeah, it was definitely a nice moment between those two. Really building up that friendship for sure. But yeah, also brought up Rem, right, and potentially being one of the veiled dolls and all that, and explaining why they do have that sort of morning dress, like because of their status, So it all makes sense the way they explained it. So just that little mental image of Emilico just like flipping over the veils, that would be so rude, and just you probably shouldn't just do that, but. Yeah, things took a bit of a turn though when we went back inside, and mysterious robed figure just took the map, right? Gave us some stuff about not being an ally or an enemy, and just left. So, yeah, we conveyed that to Kate, but yeah, I'm not sure where that leaves us. Like, will this person existence be of any use to us? Yeah, I don't know, right? There's so much we don't know about it. That thing situation, so really hard to say anything concrete. But another negative turn that they kind of took us down here was the whole rejoicing ceremony thing, right? We kind of thought we had more time than this, but they just showed up with more coffee. Although, yeah, we did see Emilico take it, and then we saw her again, and she had those dead eyes and all that, and it's not great to see. But Kate did kind of clarify here that it's not really the same thing. They kind of had a bit of a stopgap measure, essentially, to manipulate the dolls and all that. And Emilico made sure to take care of it by restraining Emilico, making her drink the water, but that just made Emilico become the world's most adorable water fountain, so it didn't quite work out too well. But, then she put the soot on her eyes. Like, why is it dark? Is it bedtime? That was some just really, really cute stuff from Emilico. I loved all of that. I think even got some pretty great laughing from her as well. But, yeah, I enjoyed all of that. I mean, it's bad that she's, in this state, but I still enjoyed it. It mixed feelings again. But, yeah, we got through it in the end. That's the important thing. Sean, they're working on the wall still. They're trying to get their own, information, their own investigation and all that. And he's doing his best, but, it's not going super great. He's very prone to jumping to conclusions and stuff, and even after we saw all the scorches or whatever they're called, I still was it did not come across as them actually being the villain, right? I figured they would just mess with him for some reason, and they definitely were. But when you started seeing them suck up the soot, I was starting to get a little bit worried. Like maybe that's when I was starting to doubt myself. But luckily, not too long after that, they did kind of clarify things, so that's good. But yeah, definitely a lot of like info dumping in this episode. Like they even got into the whole like scorches and how they work, the density and all that, and their own experimentation to try to get one of those, one of the big guys, and not being able to do it. So speculating that there could be some like shadow soot power that's required for it or whatever. So yeah, this season in particular, we really are getting into the whole soot powers thing. So definitely going to continue to be relevant to this season, I'm guessing. But yeah, the whole picture of Nancy to motivate the Scorch to run on the hamster wheel to generate energy. That's pretty clever, pretty funny stuff. But I mean, if it works, it works. But yeah, inviting John to the Star Bears meeting room is very concerning. I mean, it wasn't really good news when they invited Kate there, so it can't be great to invite John there either. But I don't know. I mean, maybe it's not as bad as it sounds. I guess we'll see. But yeah, hopefully it's not too bad. And I mean, that pretty much was the episode. Like, obviously, I didn't cover everything that we got in this episode because they gave us a lot of information in this episode, but we did get a lot of good stuff in the episode. Some stuff to make you think about, some stuff to be processed. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.